Hey, what's going on, Bird Gang? Philly Carnage here, coming back, episode 4 of the Green Bay Packers Rebuild. We've been killing it in the playoffs for the most part, but we have not been able to truly, get to that big game other than last season when we fell short as that number 1 seed in the entire NFL at 13-3. So I mean, currently looking at it, we're a 90 overall, 92 offense, 88 defense, and pretty much what we're kind of trying to do is try to find if we need something like right away, because whenever it comes to the cap situation, we're not the greatest. We only have 12 million. So looking at it, we got right tackle could and should be, a definite position in need if there is somebody there that is solid enough to get us through the remainder of the rebuild. Um, defense, not terrible. Yes, there's not as many dev traits for, like the right outside middle linebacker two and the right and left end, but we can live with that. We haven't really done much with a lot of the um, the big play guys anyway. So, we're gonna roll with it. And don't forget, make sure you hit that like button. Trying to hit 25 likes here on the video. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get in here and let's take a look at the free agents here. Like I said, we got 12 million to spend. Uh, Trent Williams could be, the guy, but 35. Don't want to burn all our cap there. So we'll kind of take a look as we're just going down through. Um, a lot of these guys, they're younger, so it won't be too much of a cap hit for us as well. Um, it's we need to find somebody because Billy Turner left in free agency, 31 years old, only a 71. So I felt like we could find better. And I mean, let's see, what was he? Billy Turner 71, and then we can come down here and find somebody like Justin School, 70 overall. He's 26. So like we can definitely find other players here. And I mean, right there, he's 25. He's a scheme fit already, so he'd get that boost. Um, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go for one of these younger guys. Chuma Adga. Just kind of throw him in here. We'll just put him on a 5-year just to get it done and over with. But other than that, we're not gonna really screw around with the uh free agency just because we gotta save our money. We know what's his face comes up for contract, Jordan Love, here soon. So we got some 5th-year options to take a look at. Jordan Love. So I mean, right there, Jordan Love, his 5th year's up. So right there, we just saved some money by signing that 5th-year option with him. So we don't. That's one position in need in the future that we don't have to worry too much about. So we'll get right in here, get to the draft, kind of see where we're at. Uh, as we should be picking at 31, and we are pick 31 of the draft. Um, so for the most part, it's going to be slim pickings there towards the end of the first round. Definitely want to look some corners, look some left, right end. So we kind of just take a look at scouted. I don't want to take Lindsey Woodyard. We just took him last rebuild for the Cincinnati Bengals. So if you haven't yet, be sure to check that out. Uh, and a lot of these other guys, they're gonna be, receivers, and I feel like our receiving core is pretty damn solid. So we could look at Mike Hart, first rounder, and Julius Blackwell. Yeah, so Hart and Blackwell. So we'll just go defensive tackle there. Just try to take a look, make it a hell of a lot easier on us. Um, Mike Hart, 6'7" combine green, second fastest 41st bench press, which would be absolutely fantastic. But then, we got a little more speed. We got that 20-yard shuttle that he's going to be able to get in there, get in the back of the backfield a little better early first. So there we go. We got Julius Blackwell. 77 overall, number 3 in true value, and we're just going to ignore the elephant in the room as far as the dev trait, but 92 speed, 92 strength, 81 block shedding. Let's go. So after the draft, we kind of got a little bit of draft recap here to do. Julius Blackwell, our first overall selection, number 3 in true talent. Then we went tight end. Vernon Tyson, combine looked absolutely phenomenal. 82 speed, 83 acceleration. Nice little depth. Some depth here on the offensive line. Depth in a linebacker there. 88 speed though will come in pretty handy. Depth on the defensive line. Then we simmed out. We simmed out the last 3, and we got Peter Whitaker, 93 speed. Nice, only 68 overall. Denzel Ramsey, 66 overall. And a nice little speed guy. Could put him down there on the edge. And then Roy Lockley, 87 speed. So, with that, we can already save ourselves and release him because we know we're not going to carry him over into regular season, as we'll get up here to the regular season and just kind of take a look at the team as we'll hit the upgrades right to start off. Zura Fisher to start off this episode, as right now we're in 90 overall, 93 offense, 88 defense. So it's definitely going to be some changes, but adding Odga there in free agency will be huge to help with that offensive line. And then, defense for the most part, nothing has changed. So I'm good with that. Jair Alexander, 99 club. He has he has that +1 upgrade, but we can't use it right now. So as we get ready to kick off this season 2023, had to make sure the injuries got turned back on there, since I do turn them off preseason, because what fun would that be to lose a guy like Jordan Love, Aaron Jones, Davante Adams in a preseason game and not be able to have them through the regular season. So without further ado, week 1 against the Raiders, we're going to already go ahead and sim that up, and we suffer a 37-17 loss. Somehow Robert Tonyan got injured, even though injuries just got turned back on in week 1. We got the Seattle Seahawks here week 2, and we get a 35-28 victory. Weekly award winner is Eric Stokes, 10 tackles, 2 interceptions. Would have loved for him to get that through his rookie year to just help the overall development, and hopefully try to get a dev trait game for him this year, since we have yet to have one. So for the draft, I'm pretty much just going down best available. Other than quarterback, because we're good there. Receiver, we're good as well. So I'm just gonna pretty much go down here, skip some of the positions that I know that we're solid at: running back, quarterback, receiver, and just try to find somebody that diamond in the rough somewhere, as we're taking on the 2-0 Chicago Bears here in week 3, and we get a 40-7 victory. Zadarius Smith this time, 7 tackles, 4 sacks, as we improved to 2-1 on the year. Team is improving overall wise as far as player development and all that good stuff, as we got the 3-0 Atlanta Falcons here in week 4, trying to take it to a 3-1 way to start out the season, the first quarter, and we get a 28-17 victory. Davante Adams is frustrated, as we're going to be taking on the 0-4 Minnesota Vikings here, and we do have a new injury. Noah Sewell, middle linebacker, broken collarbone, out for 6 weeks. So that center, that linebacking core is getting hit very, very hard. So simming up here against the Vikings, we get a 21-18 victory. Not as big of a victory that I expected, honestly, as the Vikings were 0-4, now 0-5, as we got the Bears here in week 6. We're gonna pretty much get up there to that week 10 game. Well, that week 9 bye week, as we just lost Aaron Jones for 11 weeks with a torn bicep. So the only way that we will see Aaron Jones back this season is if we go ahead and make the playoffs as we get a 34-25 victory over the Chicago Bears. Jordan Love, 28 of 36, 307, 3 passing touchdowns, 2 carries for 2 yards to come away with NFC Player of the Week. And once again, we got the Minnesota Vikings. I did not see if they ended up getting a victory there. Uh, and they did. They have received a victory since we last met them, and we get another victory, 28-21. So pretty much since starting 0-1, we are on a tear. The Darius Smith, 9 tackles, 1 sack, and a forced fumble. As we got the Week 8 game here against Dallas, who is 3-3. Harry to whatever his name is getting that upgrade to help go ahead and improve him, as well as currently we're sitting at 92 overall, 95 offense, 89 defense. Here in week 8, trying to go ahead and start out 7-1 on the year, go into the bye week, and that's exactly what we do. 35-28. David Bakhtiari wants to talk to the team, figure out, do we go ahead and give them extra rest and relaxation, or do we continue that extra preparation throughout the entire year? And guys have responded well since that first loss of the year. We're going to go ahead and let them use this bye week to rest up, get that +2 injury and that +1 morale for the entire team. And as we go ahead and get in here to the week 9, we'll go ahead, we'll just upgrade everybody. That way that is done and out of the way. And we will take a look here at the contracts as we got AJ Dillon, must sign, got to get him locked up. And we have like no money. Fantastic. So old Zerline, he's gone. We needed a carrier, so the CPU must have just signed him. Along with these guys, they're all out of here. Galen Hill gonna have to walk. Oh, this is gonna be ugly. Hopefully, we can somehow find a way to win the Super Bowl this season. And there we go. We at least got him locked up. MVS, can we continue to keep him? No, he wants 14 million. We can only offer him barely anything. Camille Martin could be one. He wants 6.38, and we currently can go ahead and give him that. If we extend him out, he is a 79 overall normal. So he wants a little more money, so that's going to be something that we have to come back to a little later as we will get in here into that week 10 game against the Broncos. Most likely go ahead and sim that out as we will take a look here at the team schedule, try to figure out where we can come in. Because, I mean, as you see, we have been on a tear through the first 9 weeks of the season. And let's come in against the Saints. We haven't done anything with the Saints on the channel, really, for the most part, and they've had our number in general. So we'll come in, we'll face off against the Saints there in week 14 and try to go ahead and get that victory. Hopefully by that time, maybe we will be, still holding that one loss. I doubt it, but one could hope. So here, week 10, we got a big injury decision for Noah Sewell. I'm not okay with starting him just because I don't want to take that chance of re-injuring him. And like I said, we're gonna try to go ahead and just try to knock out this. He wants a little more salary. So I mean, we can do the best we can with very little money, and we don't have enough salary cap. So it's just gonna be kind of mess around with it. Everything from salary is great. So most likely we're gonna have to let him walk as well, which that's a tough one. That's a very tough one to lose, even though he's not like our true starter. But we're gonna sim this up, and coming out of the bye week, we fall to the Denver Broncos 27-16. Noah Swell's back. We're 7-2, taking on the 4-5 Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we suffer a 31-17 loss. Definitely not where we want to be going after a bye week. And we finally get back on top. We got Aaron Jones cleared. We're going to continue AJ Dillon because we don't want to take that chance to knock Aaron Jones out of the playoffs if we make it, which, I mean, the way that it's kind of looking, We're 8-2 on the year, 8-3. I'm sorry, but should be a pretty much easy walk into the playoffs for the most part. As we get a 27-17 victory, we got some more weekly player as Martin there, 8 tackles, 1 interception. As like I said, we're gonna come in here against the 7-4, I believe it was 4 or 5 New Orleans Saints, and try to get. And we had 2 more injuries though. We lost Kingsley Kiki and Noah Sewell. This is it's rough. Those injuries are huge. As we're a 92 overall, 87 for the Saints. Kind of take a look here at their superstars, see what they have. Michael Thomas, their lone X factor with the max security wide receiver apprentice and short and elite. Shocker. Tyron Armstead, Ryan Ramczyk, Quan Alexander, and Jamal Agnew with that random superstar ability. As we're just gonna get in here and we're just gonna try to pound them. So right away, start the game. We're gonna go inside zone, try to go ahead and get off the edge with Kalen Hill, and unfortunately, somebody was unable to hold that block, which would have been huge because if we could have got that, we could have went the distance. At least I think we could have. We had that safety blocked up. We just ended up missing on the cornerback, which ended up coming in for the tackle as AJ Dillon rushes ahead for a gain of 4. Get us a brand new fresh set of downs as we're just going to continue to try to run this. Try to keep the run game up as Kalen Hill once again picks up a very sizable gain, 2 for 18 on the day so far to start it out, as we have yet to throw one single pass here against the Saints defense. As we're just going to try something. We're going to try Justin Ross on the edge. See if we can try to go ahead and pick it up and at least try to get him some rushing yards. It'll be different, but it works. As we're able to go ahead and get the edge, able to pick up 11 on the play. So again, we continue with just using the ground game, as so far the Saints have not been able to figure it out. Just going to go ahead once again inside zone with Kalen Hill, see what we can go ahead and get. We're just going to cut it back, and we cut it back just enough to come a yard short, inches from another first down with Kalen Hill. As second inches, let's get the big guy in there. Let's get AJ Dillon, try to go ahead and find it. We found the hole. If he could have broke that tackle, we would have been in the end zone celebrating a touchdown. As we're just going to try that 0-1 trap again. We got the outside, able to almost get down there and pick up another first down. This 0-1 trap is pretty dangerous so far, it seems like, as we'll just run it again, and A.J. Dillon goes ahead and gets in for the walk-in touchdown, and the Saints lose some Turner. Dude. Oh, the disrespect. Keldon Slovis wearing that number 9. The Saints are very, very disrespectful. Oh, there we go. Kevin King just overthrown by Keldon Slovis. But Kevin King is there and able to go ahead and get that interception. As for the most part, we've had almost 100 yards total, as the Saints have only been able to muster up 5 yards. As Justin Ross once again gets some more rushing yards in there, 2 for 15. So we've been pounding this ball on the ground. As we're going to go inside zone once again, Kalen Hill try to go ahead and make this, or do we go some slants cheese? And we're just going to keep it on the inside, keep it with Kalen Hill, try to get around. And unfortunately, he's unable to shed that one tackle as he's gaining just a little, like 10.2 yards a carry so far in the game. As I want to get Davante Adams more involved here, but so far it just has not been in the plan. As we're just going to roll right here. We had Tanyan, we had him, but we're just going to go ahead and just add a little more rushing yards. Go ahead and get the ball on the ground with Jordan Love. as we were able to pick up a gain of 6 there. We're just going to try to pitch it, try to get the pitch, try to get around, and A.J. Dillon walks in. There we go. Let's take a 14-point lead as nobody was there. Nobody was going to get in A.J. Dillon's way as he just took it in for the easy score.
Drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get...
So back on defense so far, and, I was just thinking, it kind of seems like Kevin King has been more of a dominant corner during this rebuild than Jair Alexander. It kind of just seems like as we've had some gameplay that Kevin King has come up, with more picks. And again, it's not that I'm using him because God forbid I cannot use a corner or safety to save my life. But it just seems as he is, his name's getting called out a lot more as Slova's they're able to get up to 19 yards on the day as we're already almost halfway through the first half. But we got the block shed with Kenny Clark and unable to really do anything with it. We kind of got sucked back in. 3rd and 2, expect a pass here. So let's just go some Tampa 2. Get some Tampa 2, and they're just going to run it. They're going to run it. Can we get there? We can't, but we did enough to stop. I think that might be Trey Hendrickson. I have no idea. But we did enough to have him run into the back of his offensive lineman, and hold him to a 4th and inches, and they just punt the ball right back to us.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before.
Oh, Rodgers. Oh, Rodgers. Let's go. Go outrun him. Outrun him. Yeah, we did some slant cheese. But there we go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Do your Lambo leap. Get your tiny little ass up there as you have no issue compared to A.J. Dillon last episode. If you haven't checked it out, make sure to do so. The description will be down below the link will be down below in the description if I could only get the words out of my mouth.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
All right, down here at the 8-yard line, the Saints have been moving the ball on us here this drive, but it's kind of come on little chunk plays. So they're pretty much taking away the whole rest of the second quarter as we're able to get back there and get enough pressure just to go ahead and push him back. As we're going to go ahead and send the blitz here, see if we can go ahead and get home. See if we can get home. We get there. Oh, and it's good. Slovis throwing it in through the uprights as it comes up to a 3rd down. 3rd and goal here. We want as much zone back there as we possibly can. But we're just going to drop Zadarius Smith back as well. And there we go. King coming away with his 2nd interception.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3.
All right, we're just going to roll. We're just going to go. Go, Jordan Love. Go, get out of bounds. Able to pick up 27. Actually, no, more than 27. Able to go ahead and pick up 30-some on the play as we got some slants routes again that coach decides, hey, it worked last time. Let's go ahead and let's give it another try. As so far, we don't have anything open. We have able to get that possession catch, able to go ahead and get it down to the 27-yard line for Amari Rodgers once again on the receiving end of the play. As we are down here, we are down at the 27-yard line, right outside of the red zone, 34 seconds to go. As we might have, no, we don't have him. No. All that timeout, let's get it out of the way now. As we got sacked on the play. As I was trying to go ahead and throw that ball away, but I was unable to do so in time. as we could have Justin Ross here on a slant route right across the middle. And we do. We have Justin Ross able to go. Cut back in and down to the 11-yard line. We're going to burn our second time out here. 1 second to go here in the first half. Try to go ahead and make this a 4-possession game, as we're going to go some level sail and see what we can do here. We should have Robert Tonyan on the outside, and we do. Tonyan in for the touchdown. Easy money. So for some reason, the Saints, instead of just running out the clock, they just burned a timeout, as they're just going to pretty much throw it up, and he's going to throw it away. 3rd and 5. If we're able to go ahead and get a stop here, we're definitely going to call a timeout. Try to just get maybe a 1-play touchdown. I don't know. See what we can do there. As they're able to pick it up, and they're going to burn the last time out and try for the Hail Mary. So let's just try to go ahead. Maybe we can go ahead and get a free interception here on the play, as I need to get back to the middle linebacker. Go ahead, back up, guys, back up, as they're just going to go ahead and he's going to send it deep. And there we go. We got a free pick. There we go. That's Hamilton. That is our rookie that we drafted last season to go ahead and get the free interception right before halftime.
And the NFC playoff race, let's have a look at it. And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the
Now, a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
pulled in at the 24. Now a hit and a loose football.
Yeah, so that is not how we wanted to start off our first possession of the second half, as we're in the process of going for a punt return, and we fumble the ball, giving it the first turnover that we've had all game, and the only points that the Saints have been able to, muster up here so far, as they cut it to a 21-point lead. Hopefully here on the kick return, we do not fumble, because that would just be bad, where they end up going and grabbing 2 fumbles to cut the lead in half, as we do get a flag here on the play, and it's holding on us, and they're going to back us up. So it kind of seems like Madden is on the Saints side here so far in the second half, as we have some Omaha. We know what's going on, so therefore we can kind of just really start to cheese this thing, as it's a cover 2. So we should have Devontae Adams wide open. There we go, Devontae Adams wide open. Why did I just stop? I was expecting him to fall, but where we did not have any rack, we went for the possession catch, and he catches it and just stands there.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
So with this, it's going to be pretty interesting, because this is one of the first times that I've actually used Omaha, at least that I've seen that it, has been activated. As so far, there's not much. We should be able to hit it down low, and we got Justin Ross there on the short little pass, as able to pick up 7. I'm not sure off the top of my head how we lose Omaha, so don't throw incompletions. We can't throw 2 incompletions, or we end up losing Omaha. So with that, we'll just take it back to the ground, get Kalen Hill able to go ahead and pick up that first down, as it's been pretty solid. I guess this is all the coach wants us to run. Amari Rodgers on the jet sweep. Should be some rushing yards for him, and it is. It's going to be some rushing yards for Amari Rodgers, as he already took a huge slant play in for a touchdown, as he's able to go ahead and pick up 9 yards there, 10 yards. So we got a cover 4, and there's going to be nothing on that outside. So let's just go ahead, go 4 verts. Well, let's just do a little smart route with MVS. He should come open, or not. So we'll just throw it away. We'll sacrifice one of our incompletions there, as we got Josiah El Grua, whatever our backup tight end's name is, we got him here. As we're just gonna go ahead, fullback dive, hand it off to him, and he's gonna go. He's gonna get a sizable gain there, able to pick up 12 on that fullback dive to get us down to the 32-yard line. As we got some mid slants, against a cover 4. I believe those linebackers are going to be the ones that are just kind of standing there in the middle, and they kind of are, but not much. And we got Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, go up, get it, big man, down to the 5-yard line. That should have just activated double me on Devontae Adams. So with that, let's just let's go with the RPO. See if we can go ahead and hit him. Boom. Huh? Where's the pass interference? As we just lost the X factor on both of them on one play. No, we're just going to walk it in. Just walk it in with Jordan Love. Able to go ahead and get that walk-in touchdown to extend the lead back up to a 28-point lead here in the third quarter. As we're just going to go ahead and kick the field goal, as you know, I'm kind of losing my title of the worst kicker here on YouTube so far, as they just lost Onyemata for probably the remainder of the game here late in the third quarter. I'd be surprised if somehow he comes back in the fourth, but we never know how Madden's actually going to be. I mean, we lost Jair Alexander for the year, and it said like over 20 some weeks, yet somehow he played in the postseason. So Michael Thomas is in the zone. He has his X Factor activated, the max security, where he pretty much catches everything and everything. As you know, Slove is just dumping it off underneath, able to pick up 6 just outside of the red zone as we are entering the fourth quarter. We got some cover 2, man. Go ahead, try to press them. Try to see what we can do here. See if we can go ahead and force a turnover. Try to get some pressure on Slove as they're running the screen, and we have nobody there. He's able just to pick up enough of that block to break Hendrickson free for a pickup of 17. We got some Mike Blitz 3 coming here in the red zone, 10-yard line. So just kind of, we'll flip this up. We want to go ahead and protect that middle as we're able to go ahead and push them. And Michael Thomas just bodies Jair Alexander and Zadarius Smith for the touchdown. So, I mean, we've been killing the Saints here with this two-headed running back game, Kalen Hill and A.J. Dillon. As here we go, K.J. Hill is able to go ahead and pick up all but 10, if not 10 second and inches. So let's just give him that ball back. Let him go ahead and get that 10 yards like he wanted. As you know, they've been killing it. I think together they're up over 100 yards. And they are, because A.J. Dillon has 57 some. Kalen Hill has the 67 on the ground, as this run game has been dominant. Kalen Hill, really the only difference is Kalen Hill does not have the touchdowns like A.J. Dillon, as we find MVS on the out, able to go ahead and get it down to that 4-yard line, 2nd and 3. As you know, do we go for 3 touchdowns with A.J. Dillon? I think so. At least try. We're going to have to kind of look around here, try to find something to get to the outside. We got some inside zone, which will be able to go ahead and break us up a little bit more, as we're just going to go ahead and hand it off to him. He's almost untouched down to the 2-yard line. Let's go ahead and hit that hurry up. And with that, we're just going to go around, look around, see if we can go. No, screw it. Let's go Justin Ross. See if Justin Ross can go ahead and get in here. As unable to. They blow it up, as we're just going to go ahead and settle for our 3.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tab See what you did on the last drive? When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First down screen pass, good.
So 2nd and 5 here, back on defense, going to try to go ahead and get pressure with that 1-4-6. And so far we got nothing but, we made him throw the ball away. So that's, better than nothing, at least. As we got a 3rd and 5 here, we're going to go ahead and press, and we're going to take Zadarius Smith and drop him back into coverage. As they're going to run the screen, and I screwed up. I screwed up big time as they got the first down. I kind of went back into the center of the field just in case there was a slant, and there wasn't. We got that 1-4-6 running again. Go ahead, drop him back. We're just going to rush two. And he finds the running back once again. The numbers are looking a hell of a lot better for Slovis here in the second half, as they're pretty much dominating us so far. As we're down here to the 2-minute warning, the game is over. We're just kind of going to keep running it. Try to find another turnover. Pad stats some, if we can, with a sack, a interception, some balls batted down, as that's not going to help. As they find Troutman for a huge gain there on the little drag route for a tight end. We're just going to drop back, and then nothing.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Drive with 6 points. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4. And he's got it.
Cool.
Touchdown.
Whoever 26, Darnell Savage just gave up one of the easiest touchdowns of the year. As we're going to press, we're going to play the inside. We're going to go ahead and try to go ahead and knock him on that. Stop him from picking up the 2 here. We cannot even get a bull rush with Kenny Clark there. On a 2-point conversion, Kenny Clark cannot find a way to get back there and put Slovis on his ass. What the hell? What is this? As we're going to get the ball back here, as long as we don't fumble, we're still in business. And, we almost had the hole, and we got a holding. Again, the 2nd time on a kick return that we got a holding that has now set us back.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
So with that victory over the Saints, we're guaranteed in the playoffs. We can't lose the division due to only having 3 losses with 3 games left. And the Bears already have 4 more losses than us. So with that, we will go ahead and sim up. Who the hell do we... okay, yeah. So we got rid of Legatron. Only 88 kick power, and he was taking way too much money. As we got a 28-14 victory, General Manager wants to congratulate us on punching our ticket to the playoffs. As we get that plus 20 morale to rock the entire playoffs, go ahead and upgrade our guys. A.J. Dillon up there to an 87. Which is going to be huge with the loss of Kalen Hill this upcoming offseason due to contracts. We get a 28-9 victory against the Carolina Panthers there in week 16. We're going to go ahead and start Grimes, as we're guaranteed in, and we don't want to risk losing anybody else. Kiki's already been out, so we don't want to lose him any further. Aaron Jones is back, as we're going to go ahead and sim up this week 17 game against the Detroit Lions, and we go ahead and we get a 28-21 victory. But was it worth it? Aaron Jones broke his ribs, out 4 weeks again. So as soon as we get him back, we lose him once again. So he will be out. Wild card divisional conference. So if we make the Pro Bowl, we will receive Aaron Jones back, as we have the first round bye for the 2nd year in a row in the NFC at 13-3. Washington, the number 2, against the Bears there at 7. The Falcons, Panthers 3-6. The 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys there at 4-5. Then in the AFC, you got the Denver Broncos, who beat us week 10, coming off of our bye week there at the number 1 seed. The Bills and the Jags. the Ravens and the Browns and the Tennessee Titans and the Chiefs who knocked us out of the playoffs last year in the Super Bowl. So here we go. We already just handled business against the Carolina Panthers. So hopefully, that can happen once again here in the divisional round. We'll take a look here at the game day strategy as what are their strengths. Incredibly hard to slow down. One of the best running attacks in the league, as we saw when we played them last episode. So nobody's really hurt other than Malik Hooker. Their free safety is out. So good. That defense is fast. So looking at it, we got Christian McCaffrey, Derek Brown there as their X factors. Brian Burns, DJ Moore, Hassan Reddick, Shaq Thompson, Kenyon Green, and Malik Jackson, who is now probably like 35 years old here in the franchise. And he's still rocking that superstar dev trait. As we're gonna go ahead and we're getting here in Lambeau, and we'll try to get a victory big first quarter. And we can't do anything with it. The Carolina Panthers go down and they get 6. We go ahead and we get 7. So 7-6 here in the second quarter. We got a third down alert again. Big field goal, go ahead up 10-6 here in the second quarter. We got the ball back. We're in the red zone. We go up 17-6. Panthers go ahead and kick a field goal to almost end out the first half. As we're in the red zone, we got we had a third down. We're going to go ahead and kick a field goal 20-9 here, up 11 as we got the ball to start off the second half, and we kick another field goal. So, the Panthers are going and they're keeping us into this game. We're in the red zone. Third down, we go ahead and we get the touchdown 30-16 right now here in the fourth quarter. And it should be our ball game as we're going to go ahead and settle for another touchdown. Not really settle. We just go ahead and we take it 37-16 as this game looks like it is a wrap already. 37-16 is your final. As we got A.J. Dillon went 14-64, Devontae Adams 7 for 124, and Justin Ross 6 for 51. Jordan Love 382 and 3 touchdowns to cap it out with a 68% completion percentage. Coming off that victory, we got Jordan Love 32 of 47, 382, 3 passing touchdowns, sacked 3 times, ran the ball for 7 yards as NFC Player of the Week. As we got the Dallas Cowboys here at 10-6 in the NFC Championship game. Kind of take a look at Dallas' team. Zeke, Amari Cooper, DeMarcus Lawrence, Jalen Smith, Jordan Lewis, CeeDee Lamb, Zach Martin, Leighton Vander Esch, Dak, and Tyron Smith as their superstars, which if you haven't, be sure to go ahead and check out the Dallas Cowboys rebuild that I did not too long ago on the channel. I absolutely hate Dallas, so it pained me to go ahead and do that rebuild. As everyone knows, I am an Eagles fan, so I had to get it done. It hurt, but it had to be done as we're trying to hit all 32 teams before Madden 22. As defense needs to get a stop here, 7-0, 10-0 Dallas. As we're down in the red zone, can we at least come away with a touchdown? No, we settled for 3. We got the ball back. Come on, we need a touchdown. We need to tie this ball game up here before halftime. Fourth down, we settled for another field goal as we're back in the red zone, 13-10. Dallas is down there. We ended up giving up a touchdown, big field goal. There we go. We're down by 1 here in the third quarter as it's 20-16, trying to go ahead and just drive this ball down the field, and that's what we're doing. We're taking a lot of time off the clock, and we're trying to cut it in within 1. We got the ball back on it, turnover, third down, and we get a touchdown, 27-20. So as long as we can go ahead and we got them stopped, we can at least go ahead and take a field goal, and we get a touchdown, 34-20, 34-27, and that's it. That's your ball game. As we get the victory, we're headed back to the Super Bowl for back-to-back years. As A.J. Dillon went 17-51, Devontae Adams, I hope he did not get hurt, 2 for 21. And Justin Ross there, 10 for 94. Jordan Love, once again, 69.5% completion percentage, 348 through the air with a touchdown. So there we go. We make it to the Super Bowl, and Aaron Jones is back. He's ready to play. He's amped up, 99 overall with that morale. And we still got A.J. Dillon, which I hope still remains getting a solid portion of the touches, who he's been very solid for us. As we finished up 13-3, I don't want schedule. I want to look at the stats for the team for the year, as we were the number 6 offense and the 16th overall defense, as Jordan Love went 4,136 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, which is definitely down from his MVP season, but still very doable. And rushing, we had A.J. Dillon 7 for 11, Kalen Hill 550 for 4, and Aaron Jones, even in the games that he played, went 350 and 2. And Jordan Love coming in there, almost 200 yards on the ground, 5 touchdowns. Receiving wise, we had Devontae Adams barely over 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns. Amari Rodgers 8 and 8, Justin Ross 8 and 5, Robert Tonyan almost 6 and 10. So, I mean, definitely out there slinging that rock. Defensively, we had Camille Martin, who is going to be a free agent, 111 tackles, 5 TFLs, 1.5 sacks, 4 picks. As you know, Kevin King even 108 tackles on the year. So definitely in there, getting those tackles, bringing people down. Zadarius Smith led the way with 9 sacks. Kenny Clark there was 6. Rashawn Gary was 6. Yeah, I cannot speak. Camille Martin led the way with 4 interceptions on the year. Jair Alexander with 3, and Kevin King only had 2 in the game that we played. What about fumbles? Did we have any fumbles? Recoveries, forced fumbles, we had 1 by Zadarius Smith. So, definitely not too bad. As we're going to go ahead and right before the Super Bowl, check out the yearly awards, as Patrick Mahomes was your MVP, and Jordan Love, reigning MVP, fell down to number 3 in the voting NFC. We had Jaden Daniels coming away Offensive Player of the Year, and Jordan Love there at number 2. Yeah, a lot of quarterbacks other than Zeke. But, yeah, I mean, looks pretty good. I'm not sure what Daniels is position-wise, but, yeah. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Fred Warner. Don't know if we'll have any. We have Camille Martin coming in there at number 9. As we'll go ahead, we'll take a look at the Offensive Rookie of the Year, JoJo Earl. We didn't have really any offensive rookies. Defensive, with Julius Blackwell coming in there at 7. Best quarterback goes to Jordan Love. Zeke is your best running back. Receiver goes to DeAndre Hopkins. And Devontae Adams coming in there for David Bakhtiari. I think he's won best offensive line every season since we started this rebuild. D-line goes to Chase Young. Best linebacker, Khalil Mack. DB goes to Budda Baker. And best kicker goes to Zane Gonzalez, with our kicker that we ended up pulling from Philly's practice squad comes away at number 2. Don't know how that works, but yeah, that yeah, I don't get it. So pretty even matchup here overall, is 93 versus a 90. We're a 3-point overall favorite. Taking a look here at the Ravens, kind of see what they're working with, as Lamar Jackson and Patrick Queen are your lone X factors. Ronnie Stanley, Marlon Humphrey, Marquise Brown, Justin Tucker, Nick Boyle, and DJUI. Their punter are all superstars. No idea who the heck that is. As we're gonna get in here, we're gonna try to go ahead and win this Super Bowl, because it would be tough to try to rebuild this offensive line after losing our center next year. As we got the ball back here after a turnover, a punt, I don't know what it was, but 3rd down alert, and we're just moving this ball. We're moving it. We get a touchdown, 7-0 here in the second quarter, and the Ravens came down. They tied it. They tied the ball game up, 3rd down, and we're in the red zone. 3rd down alert, and we come away with another touchdown, 14-7. We got a 2-minute drill here as we just punted the ball back, and they tied it up. I was hoping that there was a way that we could have went and held them to 3, but we're in the red zone. We're gonna kick the field goal, 17-14, as Lamar is moving these Ravens down the field, 21-17. Baltimore, 24-17. We need a touchdown. We got it. Tied the ball game up at 24, 27-24. We need an end of the game drive here. 3rd down. another third down here, just over the 2-minute warning. We're in the red zone at 2:06, and we get a touchdown. And they're going to just tie it up 27 apiece here. Under 2 minutes to go. Big third down. Big end of the game drive. We did it. 34-27. It happened way before I can even process that. 47 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. They're 23 seconds left to go. They're going for it on fourth down, and we get the stop. We got the stop. It's a fourth down. 15 seconds to go, and there you have it. The Green Bay Packers come away victorious with the Super Bowl here in year 4 of the rebuild. I believe that's like Super Bowl 20-some for the Packers in real life. I mean, that, the Lombardi Trophy, home of the Green Bay Packers after winning 1 and 2, and a lot of them. But Lamar still unable to come away with a Super Bowl title, from my understanding. But there you have it. 34-27, Aaron Jones 16-75, Devontae Adams 8 for 112, and Justin Ross 9 for 94. Jordan Love 446 and 2 touchdowns, 70% completion on the game. So to kind of finish it up, we finished up as a 92 overall, 95 offense, 89 defense. And we got the season recap here. 34-27, we win the Super Bowl the 5th time. Jordan Love is your Super Bowl MVP. So, I mean, there we have it. We take Super Bowl, I don't know, I can't read Roman numerals, especially once they get that large. But I want to say it's like 59, 58. I think it's 58. But yeah, it should be 58. I don't. Yeah. Correct me in the comments. I don't know. But yeah, we ended up coming away victorious with the Super Bowl. As on the screen there on my socials, the Instagram, the Twitch, the Facebook, all the links are down below in the description. Go ahead, check those out. The Instagram, I post all sorts of content as far as the thumbnails, the some game clips whenever I'm playing other people, all that good stuff. And all the descriptions the links for everything else is down in there as well for the previous episodes. So, as I said before, we are trying to hit that 25 like goal. So make sure to hit that like button here before you go. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're trying to hit 250 subs by the end of July. That gives us 2 months. I think we're like 30 subs away. So let's do it. But until next time, Philly's out.